Greetings, friends. Common bloopers, mistakes in everyday language. This is the topic of this video, in which I'm going to explain to you common mistakes practically everybody makes when you meet somebody for the first time during initial few minutes of meeting itself. So, what are these common bloopers or common mistakes? And how can you avoid these mistakes? This is the topic of this short video. So here we go. Never introduce yourself as I am Mr. So and so. For instance, I'm Mr. Pritam Sharma. We have two kind of titles. Titles like Mr., Ms., Mrs., Doctor, Professor, Inspector, Captain, etc. While Mr., Ms., and Mrs. are called honorary titles, Doctor, Professor, Captain, Inspector, etc. are what are called earned titles. Never use honorary titles in front of your own name when you are introducing yourself, either in speaking or in writing. This is called bad manners and it displays arrogance on your part. Of course, it's okay to use earned titles like doctor, professor, captain, inspector, etc. But advice here is also to avoid using even your earned titles when you are introducing yourself to somebody else. This is bad manners and it displays arrogance on your part. So, this is the first blooper to use titles in front of your own name when you are introducing yourself. And what is the second blooper? It's this. This is again a very common mistake when you ask somebody, what's your name? Many people will introduce themselves as myself so and so. For instance, myself Priya Shah. This is an absolutely wrong expression. You see, this expression myself is what is called a reflexive pronoun. It has basically two uses or two meanings. One use is when I want to emphasize something which I've said myself. For instance, I am describing an instance to my friends and they don't believe. They say, we don't believe what you're saying. And I want to emphasize what I've said. So I tell them, I saw this myself, or I did this myself. In this case, I'm emphasizing my own statement. Or second common use of myself is when the action reflects back on the doer. For instance, in many instances, ladies, when they are cutting vegetable, end up hurting their own finger. So in this case, they can say, I hurt myself. In all other cases, use of myself is practically wrong. And to use this to introduce or to give your own name is absolutely wrong. Then what is the right expression? Here is the right expression. I am Priya Shah or my name is Priya Shah. Of course, the first one is preferred because it is short, clear, and direct. So, second common blooper is people introduce themselves as myself so and so. Never do this. So, it's always myself and your name, or my name is and your name. So, and what is the third blooper? Now, please notice here what I've written here is avoid saying what is your good name. I'm not saying don't use this expression, I'm giving a suggestion avoid using this expression. Though this expression is grammatically grammatically right, but what is wrong with this expression? You see, English is not our language. We have imported this language from English people. When you import a language from somebody else, you have to use this language the way the original users use it. We use this expression, what is your good name, when we want to know name of somebody who is our senior or elderly person, or when we want to show respect to somebody else. We use this expression to ask name in such situations. But an Englishman will not use this expression in similar circumstances, in similar situations. This is the expression that an Englishman will use, and that is, may I know your name, please? Or could you give me your name, please? The first expression is again preferred because it is short and absolutely clear. Now, I have not said don't use this expression, what is your good name? Avoid using it because it's not a proper English expression. An English or an American will not use that expression when this person wants to know name of somebody else. They will use this expression, may I know your name please, or could you give me your name please? And which is the next blooper. Never say I'm working in such and such company. For instance, never say I'm working in State Bank of India. Again, though this expression is grammatically right, but its use is wrong. What is wrong in its usage? You see, this expression has been constructed in the present continuous tense. And a major use of present continuous tense is to talk about situations or actions going on at time of speaking. Temporary situations going on at time of speaking. While in your case, where you work is not a temporary situation for you, it's a permanent situation. And permanent situations, we don't use continuous tense, we use present simple tense. So the right expression in such cases, I work in such and such institute. For instance, I work in State Bank of India. So don't use this expression, I'm working in such and such institute, though this expression is grammatically right, but it is wrong in usage. And which is the next common blooper? It is correct use of personal pronouns. So we have three personal pronouns, first person, second person, third person. For first person, we use the words I and we. For second person, we use words you. And for third person, we use words he, she, it, and they. These personal pronouns are used as subject of a sentence. In many sentences, I may be using more than one person as subject. If in my sentence I'm using more than one personal pronoun as a subject, then the rule is what is called rule of 2, 3, 1. Which means first you will write second person, that is you, then you will write third person, he, she, or it, or they, and then you will write first person, that is I. So it is a sample sentences here for your reference. You, he, and I will go to a movie tomorrow. Saying that I, he, and you will go to a movie tomorrow is though it's grammatically right, but it is bad in manners. It's not called good manner to write first person as first. So you, he, and I will go to a movie tomorrow. He and I will go to a movie tomorrow. You and he will go to a movie tomorrow. Or you and I will go to a movie tomorrow are the correct sequences. The rule here is 2, 3, 1. Second person, third person, and first person. So these were some common bloopers most of us make in our introductions. Avoid using these expressions because they simply end up spoiling your first impression itself. Common bloopers. This presentation came to you courtesy ESPI Visa Consultants Private Limited. ESPI Visa Consultants Private Limited is an organization which deals in coaching for IELTS, PTE, Duolingo, SAT, GMAT, and TOEFL. In addition, they also provide student visa consultancy for Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, and USA. ESPI Visa Consultants has their presence in states of Gujarat and Maharashtra, and here you can see the cities in which they are present. In case you are keen to use their services for any of above matters, you can contact them at their corporate office where the details are given here. Their corporate office or head office is in Baroda or Vadodara as it is called now, and you have the contact details available here. I hope that with this short presentation, you will stop making those common mistakes or common bloopers people make within first few minutes of meeting somebody. We will be making available to you similar videos in future also, which will help them to improve your English and also your communication skills. Thank you very much till we come up with next video on a similar topic. Thank you.